Graduated the Lovelady in 2016. The Lovelady is a transitional facility. We house over 450 women and 150 children at any given time. They are a faith-based program that teaches job readiness, attends to mental health, spiritual health. We're really just basically trying to bring women in that have been abused, drug abuse, homeless women. While they're here, they're taught how to live life, coping skills, parenting skills, to get them ready to re-enter society. So I came to the Lovelady March 5th of 2015 in shackles and handcuffs, some soap sculptures I made in jail, and the clothes on my back. Prior to that, 2009, let's rewind, I lost my husband, woke up from a nap, and he did not. He would take some of my prescription pain medications from time to time, and that's what they determined was the cause of death. We were together 13 years. Shortly after that, I was indicted on a felony charge of unlawful distribution and a misdemeanor of criminal negligent homicide. His family and I were in and out of court for various reasons: life insurance, the house, cars, kids. It was a never-ending nightmare. I fell deep into addiction. I started abusing my prescription medications more, drinking, smoking weed. Then it was not long after that, I dove into meth. That was the beginning of the end for me. It got worse, and worse. Then I realized, after being hospitalized 3 different times, that my drug use was killing me. I just didn't care, honestly. At that point, it kind of felt like sweet relief. I was ready to die. I was ready for something to happen. I couldn't stop, and I couldn't go on anymore. Funny thing about God is, when you pray, He answers. I told God, I said, I can't do this anymore. Please do something. And then I got arrested the next day. That was what saved my life, ultimately gave me a second chance with my kids. So once I went to jail and I sobered up, I had a choice at that time to either sit with myself and figure out what's going on, deal with my issues, or to keep running. I knew that if I kept running, I was going to die, or I was never going to see my kids again. And at this point, I wasn't even sure if I was ever going to see them again. And then something happened. There was this awakening, something spiritual I could never explain. God just came down, and this peace came over me.
It's okay. You're doing good.
I had already begun to find peace and find God while I was incarcerated. But when I got here, this is where I learned to develop that relationship, to flourish that relationship, and to solely 100% rely on God for everything. And the Lovelady Center ultimately helped me to fill that void, keep that peace, and walk it out with God. So I decided that I had to do something with my life. Since I'm rebuilding, I wanted a different career. I decided to go to hygiene school. But I knew that it was a commitment. I knew that I could not just start and not finish. I knew that my kids were watching me. I knew that there was no way I could fail. Failure was not an option at this point. So I prayed, and God opened that door. God was calling me. He kept telling me, just walk. And I said, well, that's okay. I'll just step out in faith. My biggest motivation has been my kids. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was going to do this. I was going to rebuild our house. I was going to buy our home again. I was going to restore all the animals they lost. I was going to restore all of the clothes, electronics, everything that they lost. I was going to restore our relationship. There was not going to be anything that they had lost that I was not able to restore. And I say I, but I really mean God. They are everything to me. They are my world. And I could not fathom the thought of disappointing them again. I finished all of my requirements for my program a couple of months ago, and today is graduation day.
Micah, Wall.
The Lovelady Center actually called me stating that they needed a dental hygienist for their dental clinic. So again, this is how God just opens things up, because previously I had felt called to come back and work here. I had started there as the dental clinic manager and dental hygienist awaiting my license. And I'm happy to report that a week before our graduation today, I was granted my license with no issues. That is a testament to how big God is and how small your problems really are. I will be ministering to the girls there while I am doing something that I love. They need to see that your life isn't over. They need to see that just because things look bad, that there is a second chance. So prior to graduation, there's a pinning ceremony for every dental hygienist, just like in nursing. You always get that registered nurse pin. Same thing with the dental hygienist. You get that registered dental hygienist pin, and you say an oath. That the pinning ceremony was a very personal thing to me. You light candles and you say an oath. And every time I see the flame of a candle, it just reminds me of what God has done for me. I was standing at my pinning thinking, looking at my kids going, I made it. Here I am. I have everything that I have prayed for. God has bestowed upon me gracefully. I didn't deserve it. But He will do it. And as I said my oath and we lit our candles and we lit each other's candle, it reminded me also of how one little flicker of light can start a chain of events. And I want to take that with me and remember that always, but take that with me into my career. Because I'm not just cleaning teeth or teaching you about oral health care, or why it's important, but I have a chance to minister to you, to love on you, to show you the love and grace of God and the whole purpose of why Jesus was crucified for us, because we wouldn't have this opportunity to get it right. We don't have second, third chances to get it right without Jesus. So the pinning was a significant part of stepping out into this new chapter. And the awards that I won, I was so grateful and I was so surprised. I had no idea that I would have won the awards that I won, which just let me know, I mean, I had maintained great, grades while in school and the dean's list most of the time, but it let me know that it wasn't just about the grades. It was about my action. It was my actions that were recognized. So that was a great little surprise as well. And then my children got to see that too. So that made it all worthwhile. Advice I would give to the girls here, and I've talked to quite a few of them already, is I've been there. I was here not very long ago. I was right in the same shoes you are, thinking, what have I done? My life is over. I'm a felon now. I don't have my kids. I've lost everything that I've ever had. There's just no hope for me. But again, God is bigger than your problems. I have seen God move mountains, and the impossible has happened for me. If you stay obedient and you stay in His will and you walk in His grace, there is nothing He won't do for you.